Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be testing the Sisley concealer with you guys. I'm going to wear it throughout the day and see how it wears. Now I did get this at Notino a little while ago, like maybe 2 or 3 hauls ago. I got this and I wanted to test it out with you guys, and I asked you guys if you wanted to see it, and a lot of you said yes, I want to see it. So here we are testing it out together today. So if you do want to see how this wears throughout the day, how the wear time is and how good it is, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to be testing this concealer out. Now this is the Sisley concealer and I've been wanting to test this out for a little while now, and some of you asked me to review it, so here I am reviewing it. So I'm actually really excited because this retails for $107 in the stores, but you can buy it on Notino for half the price is where I purchased mine from. Now it does come with a brush, but I misplaced the brush, so I'm not actually sure where it went, so I can't show you, but it does come with a brush, which is nice. But this is not just any concealer. This has skincare infused with makeup, so it's better for you. So it does have the skincare benefits while you're using the makeup, which is always nice. So it is supposed to reduce the dark circles underneath your eyes, the signs of any aging underneath, and it's supposed to make your eyes look wide awake, a little more refreshed, a little more rested looking. It is also going to depuff the under eye area, which I definitely need. It's also going to reverse the signs of any aging going on over time. So it is skincare infused in makeup, so it's better for you, so I always appreciate that. So of course the price is going to reflect it a little bit, but like I said, if you get it at Notino, it's like a quarter of the price, and obviously that's where I purchased it from because I love Notino. I purchase a lot of my makeup from them, and especially the higher end luxury products, because you just can't beat their prices. So I will link them down below for you guys if you want to check them out. But let's get on to trying this bad boy out. It does have a metal tip to it, so that's going to depuff the under eye area and make the concealer just glide right over the under eyes. So this actually comes in handy because it's going to depuff the under eyes. It's going to just make the concealer go on that much easier. So this is actually in the shade 2. I know they come in 4 shades. Notino has 2 of them, the 2 and the 3, and I went with the 2 because I think it's going to match my skin tone a little more than the 3 would have, but I think if I self-tan, the 3 would have been a little better for my skin tone. So this is what it looks like. So hopefully you can see, but that's what it looks like. So I think that'll be really nice for underneath the eye area. I don't think it's going to have too much of a brightening effect just because that's pretty close to my skin tone right now. So it seems like it is very creamy and it goes on very easily. So let's try it out underneath the under eyes and let's see how good this thing is. Okay, so I am just gonna put a little bit on. I think a little will go a long way because it was a little creamy. So I'm just going to put a little bit, like about that much. Hopefully you can see under both eyes. And I'm gonna focus in the corner and then just bring it out a little bit. Okay, so I am going to be using my beauty blender. I did wet this, and let's just bounce it in like I would normally bounce my concealer in. Okay, can you guys see that? Hopefully you can. It went in very smooth and flawlessly. I don't see any concealer left on my skin. It actually blended in really nicely and looks exactly like my skin. So I'm just gonna do the other side. Can you guys see the under eye area? It just looks really nice. It looks exactly like my skin, but better. I don't see any like residue left over, and when I mean residue, I mean any product left over. Like I just don't see anything sitting on top of my skin. I feel like it blended in really nicely, and I did use a little more product because I like to use a little more product, especially in the corners of my eyes because I do get a little darker there. And I just don't see it sitting. Do you guys see? Hopefully you can with my camera and my lens. Hopefully it's picking up, but I feel like it looks really nice. So it was very creamy. It was very blendable. I didn't see any issues with it blending or sitting or tugging or pulling or anything like that. Sorry if I'm doing this with my beauty blender, but I didn't see any issues with it whatsoever. It just really glided over really easy and smoothly, and it just blended in really nicely. It's not going into any of my fine lines because I do have fine lines underneath my eyes. You know, I don't have perfect under eyes, and I have a little dryness underneath my eyes as well, and I'm always trying to correct that, but you know, sometimes it's hard. You know, on a daily basis, sometimes it's hard, but I don't see anything, like it doesn't look dry underneath, it doesn't look bad whatsoever. So I really like it, especially first impression. I really do like it. Like, I look a little more rested. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I definitely really like this, especially the first impression of it. It just looks like my skin. I can't believe how well it blended in. So I don't see any darkness anymore either. I do want to say that. So my skin underneath my under eyes just looks really nice. It looks neutralized. It just looks like one clean slate, and that's exactly what you want. You don't want any darkness or purple coming through, or if you have like redness or anything, you don't want that coming through. So it just looks really nice and natural looking. So I am going to set one side of my face. I'm not going to set the other side of my under eyes. I just want to see if it works a little differently, like if you can set it or not. So I'm going to be using my Cover FX, and this is just a translucent setting powder. I'm just going to be using it on one of my under eyes. I'm just going to be using a little bit. I don't use a lot, especially underneath the under eyes, because I do have drier under eyes, and sometimes if you do a little too much, it could be really, really drying. Okay, so I really do like how that sets as well. So I don't know if you guys can tell a difference. I would bring you guys in a little bit closer, but the problem is with my lens and my camera, if you go too close, it goes way out of focus. But I feel like it looks really good when you set it, and I feel like it's good when you don't set it. So I'm going to see how it works throughout the day. I am going to be coming back one more time throughout the day. I'll do one check-in because it's kind of late now. I got a late start today. So it is, hold on, it is 2:43. So hopefully you can see that. So I will be coming back one more time. I don't know, in a couple of hours. I will put the rest of my face on if I don't scare you guys anymore. So yeah, I will see you soon. Hey guys, so I'm back. It is 5:20. So this concealer has been on now for a little over 2.5 hours, and I have to say I really like how this concealer looks, how it plays with the other makeup. It just looks really nice. Personally, I don't feel like it looks any different now than it did 2.5 hours ago. I did let you guys know that I put powder on this side versus this side, and I gotta say I like both sides, but I think I like it without the setting powder just because it just looks a little better without it. It looks a little more like flawless than this side with the powder. I think the powder may have dried it out a little bit, and it is creasing a tad bit on the side, but it's not too bad. It's just a little creasing versus this side where it has no creasing going on. So they don't say to set it. Personally, I wouldn't set it. I feel like it looks really good without setting it. I don't feel like you have to set it. I know a lot of people like to set their under eyes, and I'm one of them, but I think it still looks really nice when you set it, but I think it looks a little nicer when you don't set it. Does that make any sense? Like, I just feel like it plays a little nicer for a long period of time if you don't set it. Does that make any sense? I hope so. But it does look exactly like my skin, but better. I felt like it definitely made my eyes look a little more awake. It definitely took care of my under eye dark circles. It just evened everything out underneath. So that's really nice. The formulation was really nice because it spread really easily. So I can't tell I have any concealer on personally. Like, sometimes when I have concealers, like, they sit on top of my skin and it's really hard to blend them out and look very nice and natural, but this looks very nice and natural. It is thin. It's not a super thick formula, which is really nice, but it still takes care of anything that you might have going on underneath, like the dark circles or the fine lines or the puffiness or anything. So it looks really good that way. So I really do like this. I am going to wear it a little more throughout the day, see how it wears a little longer, but I probably won't come back on camera. So definitely check that down bar. I'll let you guys know in the down bar how it wore even longer, because I only wore it for 2.5 hours because we did have a late start today. So I am gonna wear it a little longer, and by that time it's gonna be kind of late at my house and I'm not gonna be able to film anymore. So I'm just going to leave it in the down bar. So make sure you check the down bar before you leave, for I could tell you how it works for a little longer period of time than 2.5 hours. But so far so good. I do want to tell you that I do really like the tip applicator. I forgot to tell you guys before, but I felt like because it's very pointy at the end and it was very easy to get in the corner, it's very precise, especially for the inner corner of the eye. So I did really like that, and I really like the cooling effect of it too. And this is something that I feel like I could wear with or without foundation. So you know, sometimes concealers you have to put a foundation on, otherwise it just doesn't look right. You know, you kind of can tell you have something going on. This one, I feel like because it's so nice and natural looking, you definitely could wear it by itself. You could probably even use this as like a spot corrector. I don't know how that would work. I will try it out, but I do feel like you can do it that way because it is very thin in formulation and it works really nicely to cover everything up. And because I told you guys it was so close to my skin tone, it kind of had like an undertone of a corrector. I feel like it's a corrector and a concealer all in one, so that's really good because I feel like I didn't need an extra step. I have to say, for the price tag of this, it's a really amazing concealer. I definitely think a little goes a very long way with this. So it is $107 at some department stores, but because I got it at Notino, it was like half the price. So I definitely think it's worth the full price, but I definitely love that I could get it for half the price. It's just so much better that way. So if you guys are interested in this, I will link Notino down below for you guys because that's where I got mine. I so highly recommend them because they are an amazing company. I love them for luxury skincare. As you guys can see, I buy so many things from them. So I definitely love them. I just think they're an amazing brand. Definitely feel like this is worth it. A little goes a very long way. You don't need a lot. And I feel like this will last me a really, really long time because as you guys saw, I only put a little bit underneath my under eyes. So it kind of just makes the under eye perfect. So I really do like this. I think it's a really great concealer. I definitely would recommend it, especially if you were in the market for like a really good concealer, if you have under eye dryness like I do, or if you are of a certain age. Because I feel like if you have like perfect under eyes, this is something you don't need unless you wanted to splurge, you know what I mean? And because it is a concealer with skincare benefits in it, I definitely think it's worth the price. So that is my review on the Sisley concealer. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this concealer. And that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did like this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Please come join our little YouTube family here. We'll love to have you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.